Hello and what is up everyone, it is Hachi from the Art of Dota. Welcome back to another video and I'm back to casting some games here. So this is again another live cast, a game between EG and Complexity. It's actually game 2 as Complexity already won one game here. Of course this is the DreamLeague Season 8 playoffs. Winner of this goes to the grand finals. The loser faces off against DC. And Complexity with a very complexity looking draft here. They got Z-Freak on the Winter Wyvern. He's been liking this hero since the last patch, and they have a carry Visage here, along with a Sniper for Limp mid. And that will mean that Kyle is going to be on the Kunkka. As for EG, we got Samael here on the Death Prophet mid. They're going with a, I won't say standard strategy for them at this point, but they're liking to play this type of lineup where they're looking to take fights. Arteezy hasn't been on a hard farmer in any of the recent games I've watched them, and same thing with Samael. He's usually on like some type of pushing hero. I definitely seen him play DP a lot recently, but we're gonna see a gank come in here from Kyle as well as Z-Freak, and they're gonna be able to secure the kill here onto Samael. He's staying alive for a very long time to Spirit Siphon, but Limp will finish off the kill there with the last peeping shot, a headshot, actually skilled up level 1 rather than the shrapnel, making that kill a little bit harder than it needed to be. But it worked out just fine here. Let me just close this. In the top lane, we're actually going to see an aggro dual lane from Fear and Arteezy here. And they're going to play very aggressively onto Chessie. Nice torrent from Z-Freak. Will stop Arteezy from finishing off the kill, but he still does manage to secure it. So aggro tri-lane actually, as Crit made the rotation there with the Rubik. In the mid lane, however, Samael still in trouble, as Winter Wyvern is just camping him at this point. Even got a nice ward here, giving Limp high ground vision. Top lane, Arteezy pushing hard into the tower. Another torrent from Kyle will pop Arteezy up into the air. He's quite low, only having 2 tangos left here. And Kyle will be here to take the experience, as Visage actually will walk back to lane instead of TPing. Limp in the mid lane, let's open up the CS, forgot about that. Is actually going to be ahead, but just by a little bit at this point. Probably the first blood helped him out a little bit here. We didn't talk much about Moo, but he's actually been on an off-lane Sand King here, just 1v1 against Universe, and I feel like Puck does have the advantage here in this lane, as he's actually currently ahead in terms of last hits and denies. Moo did make the detour there for the bounty rune, as we're going to see a pause here. Not so sure what the reason is, but it's not very long pause, as they're going to go now. Go? Okay, RG. We are RG, ready. We're going, and we're back in the game. Samael casting the Spirit Siphon here onto Limp, trying to suck the life out of him, but he's going to return with some quacks, some duck shots. Top lane is pretty rough here for Chessie. He's still level 1. And Fear doing a great job of zoning him out of experience, even as Arteezy is just freely velocity under the tower. In the mid lane, Z-Freak with the Illusion Rune is gonna get another kill here for Limp in the mid lane. That's 2 kills now. And Samael's just having a rough time here. They're putting a lot of pressure on him with just these 2 heroes. These super long range heroes, a long range dragon, a long range dwarf, shooting Samael down here in the mid lane. Bottom lane has been relatively quiet. I don't expect to kill here until at least Puck gets level 6. But Moo actually did a fair bit of damage here to Universe. I wonder what happened. But he has a bunch of tangos still left to work with. The top lane, the lane has pushed back forward. So Chessie's finally going to be able to get experience again under his tower. But it's not going to be easy to get these last hits. Compared gyro animation to a Visage animation, and alright, T-Tors missed the kill mid. What happened to Sniper? How did you die here? I didn't expect that. Limp was doing pretty well mid, but somehow he got caught out all the way down here. Ended up dying. But they're back at it with the harass here onto Samael. And they're gonna finish off the kill. Another kill there for Limp right after dying. So he comes back, gets immediate revenge there onto Samael, and secures himself his 3rd kill of the game. And meanwhile, since Chessie was just last hitting or getting experience under his tower, he's come back a little bit in this top lane, but Still not looking too great in terms of CS, just only 5 CS, but he's finally getting some levels now. He's level 3 now. But I believe that's the same level as the Ogre. Yeah, he's pretty much the same experience as the Ogre. That's not good. Speaking of Ogre, Fear's looking to go in. Rocket will fly out. Didn't even bother casting the Ignite there, as Chessie was too deep under the tower. Even going for the 2 points in Gravekeepers. Kyle will be able to pull the lane back now. Back in the mid lane, we see that Limp is going pretty much even now with Samael, but we're going to see Z-Freak coming once again. So annoying here with the Arctic Burn actually leveling up, and they might be able to kill him actually. No, Samael surviving on a sliver of HP, salves up, and we'll get the counter kill onto Z-Freak. Limp will limp away. Bottom lane, Moo potentially in trouble, but he has the TP to escape. Universe not level 6 yet, no Dream Coil there. Limp popping some more headshots into Samael here. Does have a raindrop to mitigate the damage from the Ghost. Crypt Swarm. Are they a ghost? No, they're beast. Winged beast bats. Alright. So for Chessie, he's not having a good time, but once he gets to level 6, doesn't really matter if he has no farm. He's going to be strong regardless with his birds. Kyle's just doing his best to get as much experience as he can. He's going for the pulls every minute. Not bothering to even try to go gank or play aggressive at all on the map. Just making sure that he gets up that boat in a timely fashion so that they can start to look to take team fights. Z-Freak will make the rotation to the bottom lane, zoning Universe away, and that will force him back to base. In this top lane, even though it was looking bad early on, I would say it's stabilized at this point. Arteezy is free farming, pretty much. He's even going to get a nice stack here as well, which will help accelerate towards his level 6. Doesn't manage to quite clean it up. Very interesting build here from Arteezy. Just maxing out the flat cannon, actually. Not even a single point in the rocket barrage. It's quite interesting. I wonder why he decides to go for that build, actually. It's pretty weird. It's going to mean that he can farm a lot faster. And speaking of Arteezy, he actually was just going to TP back home as he sees the rotation coming in from the hasted sniper. We'll just avoid that gank entirely. Bottom lane, since he did force Puck back to base, he's having some time here on his own in the bottom lane to farm up, get towards that Blink Dagger. He's actually going to go for an Urn. Not very common on an off-lane Sand King, but I guess no one else on Complexity wants to build this game. The other hero that might build it is Kyle, but with Moo getting it up, he's going to be able to get it up a lot sooner. So seems like Complexity is looking to play aggressive once they hit their timings, which is pretty much level 6 on Kyle and Chessie. And cheeky play here, they're actually just going to X-mark Chessie to scout out. And they're going to find no one at the moment, but he's playing very reserved here in the top lane, just under the tower. Universe will make a return to the bottom lane, has his treads up, and Moo runs into crit here. Only level 3 on crit, so he can't really fight with Moo head to head. Gonna eat a Caustic Finale. Limp in the mid lane, now entirely even with Samael. He's ahead a level though. Yeah, pretty much almost an entire level. We're gonna see the rotation from Moo onto the mid lane, but it does get spotted out by crit, and he will have to back off. And I gotta feel like Complexity is coming ahead here. We'll hold that in the top lane. We're gonna see Chessie get gone on here. The call down used from Arteezy. They will secure the kill, but Z-Freak doing a ton of damage. The X-Mark should bring Fear back. He gets a last Arctic burn off, but they don't have the damage to finish him off. He's way too tanky on the Ogre. Now the rocket is flying in from Arteezy. We'll pop the raindrop charge. In the mid lane, we're going to see the go onto crit, and Limp will secure another kill for himself. That's his 4th kill of the game. He's having a very good time. And I'm looking at EG's draft, and they actually have no real way to deal with the sniper once he gets farmed. He plays very far back. Far enough back that both the Death Prophet and Gyre won't be a problem for him unless they get right on top of him with some hero like a Puck or a Blink Dagger on Rubik. And Moo, interestingly enough, actually just rotates out of the bottom lane. He's playing a supporting role for now as he comes in with another stun onto Samael. Samael gets a silence out the Spirit Siphon onto Moo. He has his supports coming as well as Universe with Dream Coil there. And there you go. Get on top of the sniper and secure the kill. And they're going to go in and finish off the kill onto Kyle as well. They rotated Arteezy in the mid lane as well. That's all 5 here. on the side of EG in the mid lane, and they're going to look to transition this into a tower push. No exorcism up yet for Samael. He didn't skill it. He is level 6, however. Mu is here and ready, looking to defend, hiding behind the trees. EG does not see him, and he's looking to surprise them with an epicenter, but without the sandstorm, should just be able to get silence and cancelled, as Samael did put that one value point in the silence. So Mu will just show himself, and EG will have to back off, as without the exorcism they're not able to actually finish off the tower. So not even doing that much damage to the tower at all here. However, this was just space for Z-Freak. And if you guys haven't seen the way Z-Freak plays Winter Wyvern, he is playing a core Winter Wyvern out of the 4 position. That's the best way to describe it. His Winter Wyvern builds are quite unique, even going for like items like Maelstrom in certain games. But more commonly, he picks up a Helm of the Dom, as they're going to attempt for a kill here onto Universe, but he does manage to barely survive. Gets the jaunt out, but will be X-marked back. Gets the silence off, but auto attack from Mu will finish off the kill. Z-Freak picking up the 10-minute bounty runes, and he's quite high level now on this Winter Wyvern. Oh, Arteezy looking to contest this bounty, and Z-Freak sees him, and he's just going to back himself away and actually head towards mid, potentially allowing them to get a kill here onto Samael. He's going to pop out the Arctic Burn, but on the side, Limp is afraid of the incoming gank. He's going to pop the ultimate out. Not quite enough to finish off Samael. Z-Freak's going to get hit by the rocket. And now the spirits are going to do so much damage here. And it will finish off the kill. Actually, Arteezy getting the kill there with the call down. Mu playing aggressively on the mid lane. Tries to TP away, but will go down as Samael comes in with the ghost. And he says, sorry. Bit of a misplay there from Mu. Overextending the mid lane, and from what was looking like a potential kill into Samael, it just turns to Complexity actually losing 2, and now even potentially losing their mid tower as Catapult is coming in. Limp will be here with a shrapnel to defend. Catapult is dead, so tower will be defended. Meanwhile, on the bottom lane though, Chessie split pushing, taking out the bottom tower. Z-Freak back in the top lane, looking to defend this push from Arteezy, and he's actually gonna pop the ultimate there onto Arteezy, forcing all the creeps to attack him. Now here comes a Splinter Blast, and Arteezy will be forced back. An interesting use of his ultimate there. Mu not very close to his Blink Dagger at all, and he's actually not even going for a Blink Dagger right now. He's rushing a Drums first, so no instant initiation at this point from Complexity, but with this Drums on Sand King, he's going to be able to move a lot faster, of course, and be a little bit tankier as well. He's going to connect the stun onto Crit. He should get lifted up in there, and he will. Now Crit will TP away, and without the Winner's Curse, no TP cancel will be available, so he will be back home safely. In the bottom lane, Kyle is level 6 now, so at this point, I would expect Complexity to start to look to take a fight, but with Mu going for this build, it seems like they're content with farming up a little bit more. Yeah, and they need a little bit more farm onto Limp for him to be able to continue and fight here. He's definitely part of almost all of Complexity's kills at this point. And how many of them are actually on Samael? I think Samael has 3 deaths? Yeah. 3 out of the 4 kills that Limp has are on Samael. But the rest of EG are doing great, I would say. Complexity looking to take control of this top area here next to the tier 1. But now Arteezy will move in deep, still not putting a single point in the Rocket Barrage. He has the maxed out Rocket and the maxed out Flat Cannon, and they're looking to go on him now. And Flat Cannon, of course, very good against the Visage Birds if the Gravekeepers isn't up, but at this point, Flat Cannon's not going to help him out as he gets caught out by Mu there, and he will go down. Chessie looking for more, gets the Grave Chill there onto Crit. He's going to chase with the birds. The Assassinate comes out, and Mu will finish off the kill. Double kill for Mu. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Samael should finish off the mid tower, but no, they're looking to come back and defend. Who TP? Oh, it's Mu's TP. The boat doesn't connect. Mistimed. Oh no, the silence actually came out. Nice play there from Samael, actually. Saving his life there potentially. And they're going to come in with the Universe. Now Mu is dead here again. Tries to go into the Sandstorm, but Sentry is there, and he will go down. The tower unsuccessfully defended, and as it won't fall now to the Spirits. Oh, Torrent hits onto Samael, but he should heal up now. Even has a DD. Kyle just trying to draw the creep wave away, but their tower will go down. And they're looking to fight top as Arteezy fired the rocket here onto Chessie. He does have the birds. Can he kill off the rocket in time? No, he does get hit by it, but the bird will stun Arteezy. A secondary rocket coming out onto Chessie. pretty clowny rocket build. Oh, he's going to cancel his TP. He gets stunned up under the tower. Now Crit is here with the stolen shrapnel. Chessie's stuck in a bad spot, but they're looking to go onto Limp. They're looking to go onto both at the same time. Limp will fall. Chessie will fall. The two brothers fall as Samael comes in with the dive. And the rockets are now hitting the birds. The shrapnel doing a ton of damage here, and the rocket does actually kill off a bird. That's an easy 100 gold there for Arteezy. Universe is looking to kill the other bird here. He does get it. That's 200 gold for EG, and they're looking pretty darn good right now. The bottom lane, Kyle is just split pushing. Same thing with Z-Freak. I guess if your cores die, that's what you got to do as a support. And Z-Freak, we don't know what build he's going for yet, as he just has the mana boots right now. Actually veering away from his normal build. Usually he actually goes for a Soul Ring and Phase Boots, but with the nerf of Soul Ring, I think that he'll go back for mana boots just to sustain his mana pool. And Kyle here with a nice D ward here on the mid lane. Crit is going for a medallion. Alright. Nothing fancy, no Blink Dagger or Yules come out from him. He's going for this solid medallion pickup, which will allow EG to look to take Roshan's a lot faster. Normally something that you would see built on the Ogre, but as Fear is playing the hard 5 now, buying all the wards, he's not going to be able to afford it. Eventually he will, but we're looking at Moo now, and he did finish off his drums, but nowhere really near his Blink Dagger. And that's, I would say, the timing that Complex is looking for. And I feel like he did go for those drums because they're looking to just take scrappy fights. They're not really looking to initiate anything real at this point, as they're still waiting for Limp to get farmed up. Even some ancient stacks for him here, and him and Kyle are going to farm it together here next to the shrine in a very safe and secure position. And that means that Z-Freak is going to be the one in an aggressive position on the map, looking to pressure this bottom lane and force some attention from EG. But speaking of ancient stacks, we've got ancient stacks on the side of EG as well, as they're going to stack up here for Arteezy. Finally, he'll have some points in the Rocket Barrage, and he'll farm up this triple stack real quick here as the Mask of Madness up. So he's moving very fast here and attacking very fast as well. He got the Bloodlust, the Mask of Madness, the Yasha, and the Phase Boots. This is a fast airplane that Arteezy is riding. It's a jet fighter pretty much at this point. Definitely maybe a jet bomber, as he'd go for the max homing missile build. What do they call that missile? Forgot. I used to play Battlefield, so I knew the name there for the homing missile. But it's definitely not a Predator missile. That's something else, right? That's something from Call of Duty. I wish I remembered, because that's pretty much where Arteezy is at this point. He's level 12, so he has the level 2 call down as well, and he's actually pretty powerful. He's going for the Sun Yasha, so he's maxing out that speed. He truly wants to be that jet fighter. It might look like a clunky old propeller aircraft, but definitely not feeling like that, as he's speedy for sure. You got the machine gunner as well, as Fear did go for the max, or not max ignite. He actually has level 3 ignite. I wonder if he's going to even it out, or he's going to max out ignite. But the game has slowed down. Z-Freak playing in this bottom lane, going for a hybrid build, I guess. Or he has the Void Stone for the extra mana regen. He's ready to set up shop here in the bottom lane, pretty much. He got the clarities, he got the raindrops. Oh, actually, he's going to TP, as some action is happening in the mid lane as Moo gets caught out. Limp is getting caught out as well, but the Gravekeeper's cloak will keep him alive for now. You Grave Chills away, and Z-Freak was forced to come back. Ideally, he wanted to stay there in the bottom lane, but Moo will die again, and they lost the birds there as well. Another 200 gold going to EG, but during this time, though, Limp is just farming very safely. He's just sitting next to the shrine here for like the past 5 minutes now, pretty much, and just farming up these ancients. And as long as he gets farmed up, I think EG is fine for now, because who actually wins, the jet fighter or the sniper? I actually don't know. I mean, in Battlefield, you actually can kill airplanes if you have the 50 caliber rifle. So maybe Limp, that's what he's going for here. He's definitely not hitting the hardest at this point, but later on he sure will. Once he gets that Daedalus up, finishes Mjolnir, is going to be hitting fast as well. But he's just going to go for the Dragonlance for the stats and extra range at this point. As for Chessie, he did go for the Midas, has the Arcane Rune. Alright, he's going to get one Arcane Rune Midas usage, but EG waiting in the wings But Chessie, is he going to move forward? He got a Midas. And he's going to get caught out. Get the Midas off before you die at least. No, he's going to run. Not bothering with his Midas. He has 15 wand charges. It's not going to save them. And alright, that's a mistake there. He could have got the Midas off at least before dying. Now Winter's Curse comes out onto Sumail, and his teammates will team kill on the side of EG. Oh, crit. Oh, he stole the birds, and he just killed 2 birds again with his Fade Bolt. Alright. And here comes the birds. Alright, bit of a miss micro there. That stack stuns. Doesn't mean that Moose survives because of this. And he gets healed up by Z-Freak. It doesn't look like that will be the case as he goes down to RTZ, who's very powerful at this point. Has the maxed out Sand and Yasha. And wasn't this the same exact build he went on Tiny? I feel like it was. Alright. So whether he's playing Tiny or Gyrocopter, he just wants to be fast, speedy, and it's working out for EG at this point. I wouldn't say that's a full fight win there. They did get Chessie, but Limp once again survived, and he's just back to farming. Yeah, has his Dragonlance completed now. It's fine out to him. And Z-Freak just heal himself up, and he's actually quite farmed on this Winter Wyvern. Oops, I forgot to open up the net worth there. We're going to see that RTZ is clearly at the top, but hold that as Kyle gets caught out here. No Dream Coil needed. The slow from the Spirit Siphon will be enough, and he does go down. Universe does have the Yules pick up now. It's going to be pretty nice, especially if he gets X-Mark. He can pretty much just jaunt away super far and then Yules himself to avoid getting called back. Chessie not scaling the best here in terms of cores in this game. He's definitely down there. And Moo even having a worse game here. Still not having his Blink Dagger yet. Alright, speaking of Blink Daggers, Sumail just picked up his. Alright, Yules Blink Dagger. That's a super aggressive build coming out from Sumail. He's feeling confident in this game. That Blink will allow him to just chase and look to play very aggressively with his Exorcism. Chessie, only 1 point in Soul Assumption, actually maxing out the Graves Chill for the maximum attack speed and move speed. It's actually doesn't scale that. Alright, I'm not a Visage player. It only scales the duration. 7 seconds. Quite a long time. As we're going to see a smoke here come from Complexity. They're looking to get a kill onto RTZ. But Gank does get spotted out. Fear is here to tank it. The call down comes down. Doesn't really hit onto anybody. Dream Coil hits onto 2. Now Sumail is in with a Blink Dagger. He's right on top of the sniper. But who's going to die first? And it's actually going to be Chessie as the Yule saves Sumail. He will go down though to the Soul Assumption from Chessie. But the main carry of Complexity has fallen. However, the main carry of EG will fall as well as RTZ gets bursted down by the Soul Assumption, and Moo making the plays here even without the Blink Dagger. And now after that fight he will have his blink up. That was just better teamfight execution from Complexity. They got a really nice start to that fight there, right onto Fear. The call down was baited pretty much as RTZ actually was expecting them to commit. And, oh, they're going to find crit here. The stun from Moo, the X-Mark back. Oh my god. Crit with the plays. The Burrow Strike to dodge the X-Mark, and he will survive. But their mid tower taking a ton of damage. Fear is here to defend. He can even potentially walk forward, bloodlust the tower, but he's not going to feel confident in doing so. So they're just going to let the tower fall. And Chessie is looking incredibly tanky in these fights if he's not getting focused. Again, EG focused all their attention there onto Limp, and that allowed Chessie to just go ham with his Soul Assumption. He did so much damage with his birds as well. And Sumail is in though onto Kyle. The nuke comes out, but they don't have enough damage to finish him off. And now the 2-man stun from Moo, and he will finish off Sumail as well as Fear. Actually, Z-Freak getting the kills here, and he's incredibly farmed the Winter Wyvern. He has a 90 gold per minute talent. He has Arcane Boots, Glimmer, and a Blink, soon to be a Aether Lens as well, as I believe that's what the casual Void Stone is for. It also could be a Yules. Now Complexity is going to get right to work on Roshan, and it just seems like Complexity is the better team at this point. They're taking the better team fights, and even though the early game laning stage didn't really favor them, except for in the mid lane, Sumail definitely was shut down, but Artesia had a very good game. But with better teamfight execution and Z-Freak, he's getting a lot more out of the map. If you compare his net worth to crits, he's just way ahead. And that's going to be Roshan claimed. Oh no, crit actually came in with the steal. He got the Aegis, and they also got the kill there onto Sniper. What? Alright, that that calls for an instant replay. I'm sorry about that, guys. I did not expect that. What actually happened? Alright, so Limp is just rushing here. He's tanking Roshan. He's a cool boy. But Crit comes in with the burrow strike. Solo kills the sniper with the stolen shrapnel. Gets the Aegis as well. What just happened? And that's a huge play there from Crit. And I was talking shit about him as I was like, alright, Z-Free's way more farm. But yes, Crit heard me and he wanted to prove me wrong with the ROG steal as well as the solo kill there onto the sniper. He did lose his life for it, but I mean, that has to be worth it. In no world is that not worth it. Now Kyle's pushing out the bottom lane. He's actually getting quite a bit of farm himself if you compare him here to the Ogre. It just looks like Complexity is getting superior farm on all their cores, whereas EG is pretty heavy on Arteezy. But, I mean, he's a pretty powerful hero, and he has his BKB now, and he should be a lot harder to take down. Epicenter no longer will be enough to finish him off early on in the fight. And there's not that much physical damage coming out of Complexity at this point, at least until Limp gets more items. I guess Visage would do a lot of damage, but I don't know. How does his new birds feel? They don't feel as bursty as before, of course, but they feel like they can still do a lot of damage still, especially with the Medallion and Solar Crest, of course. But Complexity, even getting their Aegis taken away from them, will still look for a 5-man smoke here. And they're going to run right into EG's smoke here, and they're going to find Samael. Heals himself in the air, but now the Winter's Curse comes out. Everyone from EG focusing down Samael, except for Arteezy, who's BKB'd up, and he's manning up on the backline of Complexity. However, he didn't have enough damage to finish off Z-Freak, but Universe will. Now Z-Freak falls, Moo falls as well. Universe blinks forward, gets the Yules there onto Chessie, and Chessie is in a lot of trouble here. Ooh. Samael almost was able to cancel the TP there onto Limp as well. That could have been 4 kills for EG, but instead it's only going to be 3, and they're going to push in through the bottom lane. And Kyle just got the heck out of there. I mean, he was done with that fight. He was like, I see this as a losing fight. He ran left, far left, and he actually placed a bunch of wards, like a trail of breadcrumbs. Actually, it was only this ward. These wards were placed previously, actually. But good fight for EG. They're going to push in through bottom. They have a catapult with them, and they're going to look to take this tier 2 as well. And I'm still surprised that I missed that play from Crit, but I think we have the instant replay, the Hachi instant replay here, only available on this YouTube channel, Art of Dota, as Kyle might be in trouble here. He's hiding the trees. Stay in the trees, says Kyle, but Universe is going to run into him, and now he's in a world of trouble as the Yules comes up. And he needs to save his Dream Coil though, otherwise Kyle will just TP out. He can just drop the boat and TP out. Oh, he's gonna do it now. No, but Crit is here with the stun, and Crit getting the kill. However, Samael dying in the backline here to Z-Freak as well as Chessie. So 1-for-1 trade. Kyle just baiting their attention. That was his plan all along, as Samael played a little bit too forward here, gets caught out, and will go down. Fear getting a D ward off. Top lane here, Chessie is getting quite farmed. I believe he'll probably buy the Ags next. You can go for the Agnums and get the 4 birds right at level 25. That seems pretty strong. And Moo needs to avoid Crit stealing his Burrow Strike. He's getting so much done with his Burrow Strike, but it's kind of hard on the Sand King. You usually have enough time to get the Sandstorm off after Burrow Striking, but if Crit's really fast, I mean, he's a pretty good player here. Major winner player. Kyle is going for a Glimmer Cape, so multiple Glimmer Capes on Complexity at this point will mitigate a lot of the magic damage on the side of EG, but they're going to start to have a lot of physical as well once Arteezy gets a damage item up. And right now he's going to go for a Butterfly, so it's kind of a damage, kind of defensive, but Crit with the Invis Rune looking to catch out Z-Freak here, but he's not quite sure, as the rest of Complexity are missing off the map. And I really like the split pushing play from Complexity right now. They're just having both their supports, Kyle and Z-Freak, just push out and take the dangerous farm on the map. And if EG go smoke gank or something like that, you're going to have a very high chance of just killing a support. And at that point, it won't matter too much. And as I say that, oh, Z-Freak with the blink away. Unfortunately, Crit was a little bit off the mark there on the Burrow Strike. And Z-Freak escapes. Limp farming towards the BKB. He knows that EG has their eye on him in these team fights, so he needs the BKB to stay alive. As pretty much Sumail and Puck are just heading right on top of him as soon as he shows himself in the fight. They know that he can't just be left alone to do his DPS. They need to focus him down. And the thing is, because of that, it's going to give Z-Freak an easier time to play in these fights. Normally, enemy teams will focus the Wyvern first, but it seems like EG has their eye onto Limp. So they have a pretty hard game in front of them, as both these heroes play very far back, and if Limp plays in a separate corner of the fight than Z-Freak, of course EG is only going to be able to get one, and the other one's going to be able to dish out their damage or counter initiate, of course. Ideally, they probably want Z-Freak first, but then if they go into Z-Freak, Limp will just have free reign. As EG don't have multiple initiations, they kind of blink in and they're done. The fact that they even have blinks on their heroes is quite surprising. At least the Death Prophet, right? I mean, blink is pretty standard on Universe as well as Crit, or Rubik as well as Puck. Complexity making a move here into EG's jungle. In the meantime, though, notice someone from Complexity is always pushing out the side lane. It's either Kyle or Z-Freak mostly, taking the dangerous farm on the map. Either that or it's Visage Bird's Sniper not showing himself on the map much at all, and even Moo playing off the map most of the time. It just pretty much means EG has a harder time playing the lane, because if they want to go for a gank, they need to push out their waves, and for the most part, they're going to just meet with the support, and ideally they want to get a pick off onto the Visage or Sniper. Complexity actually will be pushing into the bottom lane here, and with the catapult they actually finish off the tower. But EG, oh, what the heck happened to my camera there? EG looking to go with a counter push of their own. Double catapults here in the mid lane. RTZ just going to let them do the work, as he's not quite confident about pushing in onto the tower. Complexity potentially looking for the wraparound as they're drawing lines, but they don't really have eyes onto EG at this point, so they're just going to let the tower defend itself, but it's actually going to die there to the catapults. But no, Limp gets the deny. Universe hiding in the trees. He's trying real hard to find Z-Freak, but Z-Freak is in his base, and he's going to have none of that. RTZ pushing forward. He does have his butterfly complete now. What is Gyrocopter? Oh, alright, he's super fast here. This is a jet plane for sure. He got the plus 50 move speed. Surprised that it actually goes for that. Does that mean he's going to go for the homing missile charges? I feel like getting the cooldown as well as the global cooldown so much better for the late game, because you can keep your waves pushed out. He's going to go with the full-on fighting build. The super fast Gyrocopter here. He's going to move at pretty much max move speed with the phase as well as his butterfly active. And let's do an item check here on Complexity. Alright, they got a gem on Moo, purchased by Kyle. And they're looking to take control of the map here, de-ward a little bit. Limp does have his BKB complete. Building into the MKB next. Must needed item against RTZ's butterfly, and even the solar crest that's come out onto Crit. I think RTZ will go for a damage item next. And alright, no, never mind. Another defensive item. I guess it does give him some damage, but it will be a satanic. This is something that Mask of Madness, of course, to get that butterfly. Now he just has that casual Morbid Mask. Of course, this makes sense with the way he's built it up. Roshan spawning very soon. Crit sitting in the Rosh pit, scouting out right now. But Z-Freak up to his shenanigans once again, just split pushing these side lanes. He has the boots of travel, so he can do this super easily now as well, and always be there to help out his team. But EG looking to head right into Roshan with the Solar Crest. They should be able to do this pretty quickly, but they're not going to commit the exorcism at this point. And Complexity, do they know that this is happening? A scan comes out from both teams. It looks like Complexity is anticipating a gank, but EG is actually in Rosh, and feels like Complexity not really keeping an eye on the timer. And without having vision on the map either, they're quite afraid, and now they're going to know Aegis and Chi is going to EG for free. Aegis will be picked up by Arteezy, and the cheese will be held on Smail. And Smail did end up committing his exorcism there to make sure they can secure that Rosh. And now Crit picking up a gem of their own here to match up against Complexities. And now both teams are going to play on a dark map. This is going to favor EG at this point, as they have the Aegis and cheese. So it's going to be a lot harder for Complexity to make any aggressive plays. And I'm surprised they didn't deward these wards. Alright, come on, Moo, get on it. He's currently invis. I mean, he had to see that, right? Alright, they're just letting this ward live. If this ward somehow cost them a death or something like that, I'm going to blame Moo for that one. But currently he's running around with this invis rune. You gotta be careful though. Who has the gem on the side of EG? I'm assuming they're gonna hold it on Puck, yeah. And Moo doesn't run into Puck, so he's gonna be safe for now with his invis rune. Chessie trying to push out the top wave a little bit, but I'm just keeping track of this winter wave. And look at Z-Freak's farm. He's building towards a refresher, and he's almost equal net worth with Chessie, as well as Samael even. Samael is not that farmed. He's actually even behind Universe at this point. But speaking of EG, they're going to go for a smoke here with 4. Arteezy going to be left to push out the lane. They're looking to run into Complexity, but they got to be careful how they approach this fight. Winter Wyvern, if he gets a good Winter's Curse off, can definitely turn the fight in Complexity's favor, even with the Aegis and cheese on EG. And of course, it's very hard to push into high ground against a sniper and a Kunkka, for the matter of fact, but Arteezy is quite fat now. He has the Satanic completed up for going buyback, because he does have the Aegis. He's not really afraid. They also have their tier 2 up in the mid and a tier 1 and tier 2 up on the top lane, so even if he dies without buyback, they have a lot of buffers. Z-Freak just down here in the bottom lane, being a nuisance, will force Arteezy's rotation. He gets down here real fast with his max movement speed gyro build, and Z-Freak will realize this and just go top. And again, he's back in the trees, constantly pushing out these waves in a very safe position. Kyle playing the 5 position, won't have any items, and I like to see him have something more, but he did buy the gem that is not getting used. Alright, can this get de-awarded, please? Alright, Moo is just not very I mean, he's more busy picking up these banners. That's fair, I guess. As he actually is quite behind. He's behind Z-Freak even. So he's playing the 4 position, I guess. Z-Freak's going to replace him as Z-Freak's playing the lanes. And again, this is all part of Complexity's plan, pretty much. They want Wyvern in the lane, and they want Sand King off map. But speaking of the Wyvern, Chessie in a lot of trouble in the mid lane. Z-Freak TP's back. Can he get the heal off to save Chessie? He will. The stun comes out onto Arteezy into the torrent. He's taking a lot of damage here, and he will go down. No, he pops the BKB. The Winter's Curse used, and that will stall out Arteezy's BKB entirely. And I believe he did use his Satanic there as well. And now they're going forward. Gets the Assassinate. The Splitter Blast will connect, and Arteezy's Aegis is gone. Smael did commit his exorcism there as well. And great defense here from Complexity. EG with a 7k net worth advantage. The Aegis and cheese cannot reach high ground. Chessie almost went down there. I believe he would have had buyback, but they barely managed to save him. They got a nice cold embrace off to save him, and they get the Aegis down, exorcism down, and now EG just have to back off. Z-Freak level 20 now. He was going for the refresher, but he's deciding to go for Hex now for that extra disable. And it's going to give him mana regen as well. Alright, he's going to go for the Hex into Ags. Alright, Ags would be sick. Because again, I talked about before how Z-Freak and Sniper, if they play in different corners of the fight, EG will have a hard time catching both, and as a result, a hard time winning the fight. So if Z-Freak can start doing real damage as well with an Aghanims, I mean, that's nothing to scoff at. Could be really good, but for now he's gonna have the Hex queued up, and I'm assuming he's gonna go for the Hex first anyway. EG looking to go back mid. Arteezy did have a DD rune. Alright, cleans up a bird there, but there is an Assault Cuirass on the Visage, and Complexity going with the wraparound play. Fear is glimmered up, will run into Complexity. Now moves in trouble. He gets lifted in the air. The boat buff will come through. Arteezy BKB'd, and manning up against Limp and Chessie, and both of them are falling so low. Arteezy melting through them. It's a double kill for him. Now Kyle's in trouble as well as the boat buff is wearing off. He will go down. It's a triple kill for Arteezy, and now he's looking to go in and end the game. None of these heroes have buyback in the back line. Even Winter Wyvern ended up going down here. And the buyback will be forced out from Limp as well as Z-Freak, but there's no buyback on Chessie or Kyle. But EG don't know this, and I feel like because of this, they're going to back off. They see two buybacks used. They're not sure about the buyback status from these two other heroes, and they don't want to commit. Again, it's very hard to go high ground, especially against a sniper and Winter Wyvern, even without their teammates. They did have the exorcism though, so I feel like EG could have attempted it, but they're just playing a bit cautious. They don't want to lose their big lead that they have now. And now Arteezy, how are they going to kill him? He has a Scotty completed now. He did go for the 3 homing missile charges as I predicted. Again, probably go for the global cooldown if he had one for the cooldown talent, but I think the missile charges going to be pretty interesting. They don't feel that useful, but it's definitely annoying, I would say. He's going to shrine up here to fill up his mana pool. Alright, wouldn't it be interesting if Gyro had a flak cannon applies modifiers? That would be pretty cool, right? And Medusa has it. Why not Gyro? And EG holding firm control of the map now, and there's another DD rune on Arteezy. And I'm getting a message that I'm not playing. Okay, nice. I was supposed to play an open qualifier today, but I am off the hook. I'm totally fine with, because I gotta be up pretty early tomorrow, so I have to cast these games, head to bed early, and be up and ready. But back to the game, however, EG is looking pretty solid right now, and they're looking like they're gonna win this one. But I don't know. You gotta respect Complexity's high ground defense. It is a Wyvern and Sniper. However, it's a Wyvern and Sniper without buyback, and the bottom lane is oh no, they don't get the lift off. He was close to going down there. He did have the buyback. He's gonna go for the nullifier, and that's pretty dope actually. It's gonna cancel the BKB from Arteezy and even the Satanic, and of course like the Yules are pretty annoying. So he can come in, stun, nullify, and then they're not able to get BKB off afterwards, which could be a very big deal. Smart item build if he does decide to finish it off here. I'm just gonna drop some Torrents on these high grounds to scout out for wards, but Universe finds a 2-man Dream Coil. Fear is here. The Yules gets Chessie up into the air, cancels his TP. Now Arteezy has arrived, and Chessie will fall. No buyback on him still. He does save his birds, but again, it's still very difficult to push into high ground against Complexity. But the thing is, if they dive and kill Limp, or even Z-Freak, they're not coming back. There's no buyback on either of them. But because of that, Limp is going to finish up his MKB. Gonna not care about buyback at all, as he won't even have it for another 5 minutes. So Moo will probably go for this nullifier. I want to see this. EG, please don't end the game. I want to see this nullifier Sand King. See if he actually is able to make any big plays with it. Roshan is coming up in a minute, and this is EG's next objective for sure. And with that, they can get the Refresher Shard, and that's 2 ultimates on DP. You can just give her the cheese and Refresher Shard. I think they give the Aegis to Arteezy, as DP is pretty bad with the Aegis, of course, not being able to come back with Exorcism. Z-Freak back to the split pushing shenanigans, but of course he has to be a lot more careful now, as he does not have buyback, and he hasn't completed an item in a while. Arteezy maxed out at this point, gonna finish off his build with Assault Cuirass to give himself even more tank. I mean, he's almost unkillable at this point. I mean, he's so tanky here with a Scotty, and actually he's gonna decide to go for the Boots of Travel first, and with that he's gonna have buyback Boots of Travel. Actually, no buyback quite yet. Split pushing out the bottom lane. Complexity just playing the waiting game, sitting in their base. Not much for them to do here in this game, as they can't make an aggressive play without buyback on the Sniper or Winter Wyvern. And even with buyback on them, they just don't have the lineup to play aggressive. And this is allowing EG just to take over the map, and they're getting further and further ahead in terms of net worth. we're looking at all the cores on the side of EG, and they're pretty happy, especially Universe on this puck, who just hit level 25 with the 420 GPM, 420 blaze it. And speaking of Universe, he gets the Yules onto Kyle, who's trying to de-ward or ward one of them, but stolen X mark from Crit will prevent Kyle's escape, and he will go down dead for 70 seconds to get the D-ward as well. And Roshan is up. Perfect timing for EG, and this is going to be a free rush for Complexity. There's no buyback on this Kunkka, and Kyle is not coming back. What is Winter Wyvern's talents? Alright. -5 second Cold Embrace cooldown or Arctic Burn Slow. And the cooldown is pretty good, right? 10 seconds. That's not bad. Level 25. I'm assuming he's going to go for the Splinter Blast 2 second stun. That sounds pretty dank. See what items Chessie has. Pretty much nothing. Limp does have his MKB, as I mentioned, and he's going to go for a Scotty. Dota completes his... Mudota? Alright, he buys a Sacred Relic there, and he's drum charging to get away. Stuns into the trees. Alright, you gotta escape this one. He doesn't have buyback, I believe. Oh no! The Dream Coil from Universe catches him in the trees, and he knows. Mu has no escape now. He doesn't have buyback either. And this is a huge catch from EG. That's Mu dead for 80 seconds. And now it's up to the rest of Complexity to defend. He even just bought out there for his nullifiers. He knew that he wouldn't have buyback anyway. Now it's 4v5 or 4v6, 4v7 with Aegis and Cheese. Oh wait, does the Scotty actually work on Flak Cannon? I don't actually know. It looks like it did. Well, EG going for the dive. They know they want to force this buyback on Mu, but little did they know that Mu doesn't actually have buyback. Nice Winter's Curse onto Sumail. They're going to be able to burst him down. No! Not in time. Sumail gets his cheese off. Now Limp is in trouble. His BKB is running down low. Chessie saved with the Cold Embrace, but can he get away now? He shoots out his shot, but he will get X mark back. Stolen X mark from Crit there, getting them the kill. Sumail will fall, but Arteezy has the Aegis, so he's going to come back. Oh no, Force Staff forward onto Limp. He dies without buyback. I think that's a GG. EG will take this game, evening out the series. It's called, and GG well played to EG. 1-1 will now be the score, and it's all up to this game 3. Again, this is not an elimination game. The loser goes down to play DC, but having that secure spot in the grand finals is something both these teams definitely will enjoy. So I'll see you back for game 3 as EG is going to face it off against Complexity once again in the Dream League Season 8. Hope you guys enjoyed my cast. And again, if you liked what you saw and heard, I missed a couple kills here. Again, first cast of the day, and I haven't been casting in a while. But good thing we got the instant replay, the Hachi instant replay there in the ROG pit. So again, leave a like if you like my cast, of course, and make sure you subscribe as well. I'm uploading live casts as well as 7.07 tips and tricks, guides, anything like that. You're going to see it on this channel. Pretty much a variety of Dota content. So I'll see you all in the next video. And again, I'm going to be casting game 3. So see you all for game 3. Peace out.